Midnighter Magoo. Midnight with Magoo. That's right. It is 12:09. So I'm 9 minutes late, but it's because of I'm still working out with the StreamYard stuff. But anyway, hello to everyone, to all the people that see this tomorrow. Hello. And to all the people that hopefully come on tonight. Hello. You're welcome here. Um tonight is a little bit of a kind of a serious topic, Scientology, religion, or mafia. But I'm not going to start it until some people come. Hey, I think somebody's coming. I'm not sure who, but I have a feeling someone's coming. All right, well, maybe I should read my. Oh, there they are. Rather Bell and Maui, or rather be in Maui. Oh, that's good. I like that. Girly Ghost. Hi. Queen Tuska. Meow. Good. Eric Levitt from Culver City. Hello. Angie. Hi. Sophie. Hello. Thank you from New Zealand. I love it. Hi, Big Mike. Hi, best day ever 2020. All right. Good. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I am. It was a little bit of a wild day yesterday. And I don't know how much you guys know about today, but I'm going to talk about it. So that's just the way it is. Hi, apologetically, Me Too 26. Hi, Queen Tori. Hey, Me Too California Coast. Hi. Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi, Auckland, New Zealand. All right. I love it. Hi, Acer 211. All right. Cool. I'm happy you guys are here. Hi, Susan Ward from Central California. Okay, good. Good. It's good to see look at all over the world. Utah, that's good. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you for coming by, all of you, every single one of you. Chi, hi, how are you? You hope to see. Okay, good. Howdy from Austin. All right. That's a place I'd like to visit sometime. Stitch 626B. Wow, that's interesting. From UK. All right, good. And Danette, wait, you guys are zooming along. I gotta go up here and see Danette from Oregon. Cool. Hi, Fairy in the chat. Thank you. Hi. Me too, you, California Coast. All right. I'm so glad to not be a younger person. The struggle is real. It's very real. It's very true. I hoped I'd see you tonight. Yeah. I know my brother and I have said he's 83 and I'm 76. And we're like, thank God we're on this end of the, like usually when we were kids, it was like everyone who turned 50, they were like, oh, I don't want to be 50. It's so awful, and now we're like, we love it. We love being older. It's great. We're having a good time. It's a different thing. It's like all this stuff that you worried about all your life and people and all this stuff. It's just like, no, done, gone there. I don't have that anymore. We've been waiting for our queen. All right, thank you. Actually, someone sent me a wonderful, I don't think I have it right here right now because I wasn't going to do it because it's not quite the right day for it, but thank you. I have a crown that some people sent me, so thank you. Verity, we've been waiting for our queen, okay? Hi, you guys. I'm happy you're here. I don't know that I feel like a queen today. I hoped I'd see you tonight. Hi, Tori. So happy to see you. Hi, Mindy Cheesecake. All right. Hi, Verity, Queen Tusky Meow. You guys are great. You really are. It's wonderful to see you together. Dee Dee, hi. I'm glad that you're addressing this with your wisdom and knowledge. I don't know if I have tons of wisdom and knowledge on it, but I'm going to tell you what I think. And that's the best I can do. Hey, Arlene. Hi, Guror. All right, from Vancouver. Wonderful. Wonderful. You're the best, kid. Thank you. Thank you. Oops, forgot to say where I'm from, but that's my name says it all. Sierra Terry. Okay. All right. All right. Good. I love how Tori has people from all over the world. Me too. I really do. It makes a big difference to me. It really does. And it makes a big difference that you guys come by. So thank you. Thank you so much. So let me just check these. In several days, I know I have to catch up. It's it's been a tricky last few days. So you finally caught a midnight live. That's correct. My aunt turned 84. All right, congratulations in May. All right, tell her congratulations. That's good. Queen Tusky Meow, love you, Tori. Thank you. Been several days. I catch the late night with Magoo live stream. All right, good. Well, here I am. All right, so we're going to get into it. It's time. So I don't know what you guys know. You canceled DOA. That's too bad. Okay, everyone, please stop commenting so Tori can get started. All right. Well, anyway, I am going to get started. So here's the thing. Scientology, is it a religion or a mafia? That's the topic for today. That's the only topic for today. And you figure religion generally makes one spiritually better, right? And I would say some of the time when I was in Scientology, I had some things that made me feel better. Once I got out, my friend who studied all of the tech and traced it back to the beginning found that every piece of tech L. Ron Hubbard had taken from someone else, another author, another philosophy, repackaged it and said it was his. So he was really good at marketing. That's what his specialty was, and sci-fi. But I'm not into sci-fi, so that's not my thing. Okay, but as far as a religion, we didn't think of it as a religion. When I got in 1969, it was a self-improvement group. That's it. That's all it was. It wasn't a church. It wasn't a religion. I mean, and I think they had the Church of Scientology, but none of us thought of it as a religion at all. And so now they're trying to, in the 90s, OSA told me, look, we really want to be thought of as a real religion. That's their big goal, that they'll be thought of with, the Catholic Church, the Protestants, people that are like big, the Jewish community, you know what I mean? So that they're in with the people that really count. They don't. And you keep fucking up over and over, OSA. And I keep telling you it. I've told you for 24 years, and you did it again just now. These are people that came here to help feed the homeless. Granted, it was a protest because we all knew you guys were going to do what you did, and you did it. You did your mafia-like actions, and you could be dancing around Bill Yachty and Gavino and like, oh, we got rid of him. Yeah, you got rid of him, but you know what? The whole world is watching. The whole world sees what you do. They know what you do, and you prove that you're not a religion. You're not. You don't care about people. You don't. I remember when the guy from Louis Farrakhan from the Nation of Islam said, everyone's going to be on course by Tuesday night, or I'm going to thank you and say goodbye. And I turned on my webcam and I said, a message to the African-American community. Scientology, in 30 years of me being in, had 5, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Black people. That's it. They didn't want any more. That was enough. And I'd say these are fantastic people, because I was out selling jewelry in the Black area and met a lot of people, and they were cool people. And they were like, we don't have time for them. That's it, Tori. And now I think Louis Farrakhan hooked up with Miscavige, probably both of them figuring we're losing cults. Let's hook up together. And that's what's happened. But it's not growing. It didn't help at all, at all. And that's what's happening with this. Now people show up and they come with a protest to feed the poor. And what do? First of all, you start the swatting, which, if you don't know what that is, it's where they send in the airplanes or helicopters and fire departments and handcuff people. And it's just a bunch of awfulness. I was there for swatting. For one of them, it was really awful. A lot of it I watched online, but it was like unbelievable to see in person. Unbelievable. And then they started doing the detaining, where they were detaining, basically arresting people for nothing. And they let all of them go. But in the meantime, it really disrupted the area. Then they got into the restraining orders. So they got all the men, pretty much all the men, restrained. And then the women were trying to handle the kitchen. And that's when DOA said, no, it's like, I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe about this. And that's it. So they packed up. That's all I know. That's what I know. But that's a mafia like action. It's not a religion. It isn't. And they proved that. And thank you, Scientology, for proving that. Now I'm going to check some of your questions. I love how Tori has people from all over the world. Okay, thank you. Love it. Hi. Let's keep the chat full of kindness and grace tonight. That's good. All right, Gurur. Hey, awesome folks. Don't forget to share the love by hitting the like button. Thank you very much, Gurur. And Charles Patrick, hi. It's really good to see you guys. It is. I love you. And the neat thing is this train is going to keep going. I have been protesting Scientology for 24 years, since 2000 when I escaped out. And I'm going to keep doing it. And so are my other friends. I already talked to them. And it's like, okay, whether these guys are here or not, this was just another chapter in our book of unbelievable stuff having to do with the Church of Scientology. So it's going to keep going. And I think most of you are here too, and that's the good thing. All right. So these are some nice hearts. Thank you, Heidi. All right. Here's Pearl Snappy. All right, girlfriend. You were good last night. She was wild as could be, hot. All right. Now, Sophie says, please put a question before the questions and provide context with your comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Yeah, if you're new, please subscribe, because I love that. I really do. All right. Representing London here. All right. UK. I always love to hear you, Tori. Thank you. Old Fritz. All right. I apologize for my throat. For whatever reason tonight, it's giving me a hard time. Okay, question. Did people in Scientology believe in religious beliefs, or did they only believe in Scientology? I would say, I can't speak for everyone. Do you know what I mean? But everyone I knew were not in it for religion. They were in it for Scientology, the tools of Scientology, the things that they thought helped get their life better, or that they believed in. Now, remember, in Scientology, you cannot talk about the tech. So if you do a course and you really feel shitty afterwards, I mean, you can say I feel shitty, but they'll send you to ethics. Then you have to go to correction. You have to pay for all this stuff. So people, after a while, just go, it's fine. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Really, that's the way it is. It's like, yeah, how are you doing? Great. It was perfect. Because it's easier to say that than have to pay for their stupid corrections that don't correct it anyway. All right, here's Eric. All right. Did people in Scientology? Oh, I think that was it. Okay. So I hope that answered it, Eric. This is Sophie. Listen up, Hosa. Tori's been telling you for years, you create your own enemies and problems. That is so true, Sophie. I told them that when I was in. And they wanted me to go over to Mark Bunker's house with a picket sign. I won't say what they even said on it because it was so gross. And I said, you know what? You pulled this out of your ass because it's too gross for anybody. And I know Mark Bunker, even though I don't know him. At the time I was still a Scientologist and he was a critic. But I talked to him out picketing and he was a nice guy. You know what I mean? And I said, you're creating your own enemies doing this kind of thing. And I've been telling them. Then I left, I escaped out, and I made the video Magoo dancing in Boston. And I said, and David Miscavige, here I am, right? And I'm still here. You made your stupid 25-step program to muzzle Tori. That worked really good. Let's see, I escaped out in 2000. I was just going to leave and say nothing. But because of what you all have done, I'm in for it. I'm here, baby, and I'm not leaving. And it's like, it's just a shame that you people have wasted so many lives. And I know 17 kids who've killed themselves because they can't get therapy in Scientology. And if they don't like you, they're just screwed. So they take their own life. And I'm saying this so that people that are younger don't take your life. Okay, because it's really a small fraction. It's from age about 18 to 26. And after that, you're fine. So just get through that age. I told that to one of my friends. I saw him online. He was a son of one of my neighbors that used to live here. And he was really depressed and really bummed out. And I said, get over here. And he came over and he told me, and he said, yeah, I'm kind of at the end of the line. And I said, you are not at the end of the line. You are a young man. Snap out of it. And I told him what I just said about the 17 kids, get through that age bracket and then make your decision. And now he's getting married. It's like, it's so wonderful to see people turn around. So anyway, there you go. Verity. All right. They got rid of them for now only. We come back stronger. Thank you. That's right. See, that's the thing they don't get. They never get it. And that is so key, Verity. That should be a banner on the top of this thing. They may have got rid of critics for now, but we come back stronger, because it's so true. Thank you for saying that. Say it every night, because it's a really good reminder. It really is. Aaron and Jenna were talking about how the tunnels were used during the anonymous protests, and C of S had their version of FBI most wanted posters of protesters they most hated. Yeah, I think I'm familiar with that from people coming up to me who I've never met and going, I've got Tori Crispin on the line, she's here, I've got her. And I'd lean into the phone and I'd say, Gavino, fuck you. You don't have Tori Crispin anywhere. I'm on a public sidewalk. Get it together. I've been saying to these guys forever, get it together. You don't have it together. You think you have it together. Oh, the streets are all cleaned up. All the encampment is gone. We won. No, 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 no. Everyone who's listening to this is hearing what I'm saying. And you know what? We come back. You don't. That's the Sea Org motto. We come back. But I'm telling you, I've talked to Sea Org mothers, Sea Org parents, Sea Org people that are on their deathbed. And I've asked them, do you want to come back to the Sea Org? And you know what they say? Hell no. It's like they're not coming back. Not for you guys. Why would they? You're a mafia. You're a crummy mafia at that. When I first left, I called you a mafia, and the critics would say, Magoo, stop calling them mafia. You're giving the mafia a bad name. I love that. Anyway, thank you for that. Okay, so this is from Old Fritz. Love when you swear. I know a lot of people like when I swear. I don't know what that is. But my last work, I have a whole story about that. But anyway, they did too. I'm late rewinding to the beginning. Okay, Drifter Shelley, glad you're here. Okay, now let's look at this. That explains the Nation of Islam teaming up with Scientology for me. Exactly. And why? And it's only a small percentage. It's not the whole Nation of Islam, just so you know. It's like a slice of a pie that are with Louis Farrakhan. And, he's not winning. He's not. He's clear. Now he's OT3. Now he's screwed up. It's like they're against churches, Jesus, religion, everything. And, how is that fitting in with him? Ugh, I wouldn't want to be him. We aren't going anywhere, Scientology. And this isn't just me. Thank you, Chi. Because, I'm not. You know it. I have 24 years behind me. I'm not going anywhere. But these are new people. And they're now going, we're not going anywhere either. And you know what? You brought that on yourselves. You can't blame me for that. You can't blame them for that. You did it. If you would have been kind to them, if you could have come out and helped serve the food. You know what I mean? That's what I would have done. If I would have been running Scientology, I would have said, all right, everybody stand back. We've got to change things around. Whoever is on post, be nice, be kind, go out and help these people. So let's get the homeless here. Let's start helping our community, right? Which is what they're supposed to be doing. Remember the way to happiness. Oh yeah, Scientology. You don't apply way to happiness at all. Yeah. Pearl Snappy. All right. Thanks, Tori Magoo 44. You are welcome, and thank you, girlfriend. You were a riot last night. I mean, really, I felt bad for Jay. I did. I admit it, because it was a bit of a, he he picked the wrong side. He did. And I don't know where that's at. I don't. I just have to say he was very kind to me the whole time he was here, and kindness for me goes a long way. So I hope he finds his way, and I hope he finds his way without those two girls, because I think, you know, I just do. I hope he does. There you go. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Me too, you, California Coast. All right. Did you, Tori, complete the form for the JOD about Scientology? The JOD. I don't know what you're talking about. Did I complete the form for the JOD? I don't know what you're talking about. So you have to spell out, what does the JOD mean? I don't, all these little acronyms and things, it's like I don't remember it. So maybe I filled it out, but I don't remember it now. So just tell me at the bottom what JOD is. It's the Director of Justice? No, that's not it. All right, let's see. Y'all go hit the like button, please. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you very much. Witness, hi. Hi, it's good to see you. We were talking about you today, how happy we are with all of you guys. And Kylie, the Department of Justice. Okay, so did I complete the form for the Department of Justice about Scientology? I think I did a long time ago. I think so. And I also, the other thing I want all you guys to do, if you can, is go on Rip Off Reports and make a report about your personal story with Scientology. And they're a ripoff. And even if you weren't in Scientology, you can. That was weird. Somebody just started screaming. It was like, I think it was a child it's a cat. Wow! Wow! Go away. Probably always said it. Yachty, get the fuck out of here. You don't scare me. It's a little weird though. But they're watching this, so it's not going to work, Yachty. I don't care. I'll call the police. So keep meowing, and I will call the fire department. Okay, did you, Tori, complete it? Okay, so I think I did. Y'all go hit the like button. Okay, thank you. All right, there's that. Witness. All the Scientology tactics only make the opposition stronger. Exactly. I mean, look at how much we have grown. I mean, when you think of when I got into this, I got into this in 2000, but I'm just saying with this group and the live streaming, it started with Jessica and Streets. That was it. 2 people in front of the testing center. If they had just let them be, Streets already had said that day, I listened to it, and he said, look, I'm into it for Film the Police LA, and this Scientology thing is like kindergarten for me. That's a quote from Streets. That's how he felt then, right? If they would have just left him alone, he would have been on his way with the Film the Police LA. Jessica is a comedian. She's very funny. She would have done her shit and made fun of them for a little bit. Okay, so what? Move on. But no. They had to shut down both of their TikTok accounts. And that brought on tons of people. It was like, wait a second. These guys one of them's Film the Police LA and the other one is making jokes about Scientology, and you cancel their account of, I think it was 2 million or 20 million. I forget. It was many millions of people that were supporting them in Scientology. And well, I can't say it's Scientology, but someone canceled their accounts. And who would? They're out in front of Scientology. So Scientology, you can go, you can't prove it. You can't prove it. Really? We don't have to prove it. We don't have to. You prove it every day. We can drive down to where there was a place that people were planning on feeding the homeless. I went there tonight with my friend. And you know what? There's nothing. It's all gone. I don't know what happened to it with DOA, but I will say, give the guy a break. He's been through a lot of shit. And this is my own opinion on it, is that he's been through a lot of shit. And I think he may be off, targeting the wrong people. I don't know. I don't know what's happened with him, and I haven't really listened to it. I just heard a little bit of stuff that I thought he was friends with someone, and now he's not. But that's going to happen. Just let it fall out, because it'll fall out and he'll get it back together. And the guy did a lot of good. He really did while he was here. And I wish him well. I don't know where he is. He didn't call me, so I don't know where he is, but I hope he's okay. That's the main thing. And no, I wouldn't unfriend myself with DOA. He's helped me a bunch. He's helped everybody a bunch. He's been a good guy. I mean, he's got his own quirks. Don't we all? Listen to me. Look at what a knucklehead I am. But you know what? We get by one way or the other. With the little things that we have, we get by. And that's all that matters. We show up, right? I show up. That's it. Okay, Kylie. My gosh, for $45 a week, I'd keep my mouth shut at all times so I wouldn't have to pay for extra classes. I would definitely become a mute. It's a point. Now, you remember that's Sea Org. That's not public. Public have their own business, their own businesses, jobs, stuff like that. They're making money. Selfless Self and I appreciate all y'all more than we could ever express. And you guys are great. I haven't met either of you in person, but I'm very honored that you're here. Thank you. And we'll get through it. You know what I mean? We'll get through it. It's just one of those things where shit happens and you have to just roll through it. You know what I mean? It's like, just don't take it too personally. The best book I ever read, and I still read all the time, is The Four Agreements. It's called The Four Agreements. And it has a whole thing on words and keeping your agreements and not taking things personally. And I'm really working on that. And it's a really great lesson. It really is. So anyway, Pearl Snappy, I love your name too. I love when Aaron always goes, my pearls. Because we used to always tease about that all the time. My friend and I, when we were in Scientology, I'd say, all right, are you wearing your pearls to the event tonight? It was like, so it's funny that you have the Pearl Snappy. All right. Now I'm going to leave an earbud in and try to fall asleep to Miss Tori. I'll be on a train in about 5 hours. Wow, Corn Freak, it's good to see you here. I've been missing you. I've seen you in different things, and I'm like, what happened to Corn Freak? How come you aren't here anymore? Anyways, come back as soon as you come back. I'm glad you're going on a train trip, though. Ooh, that's like one of my best favorite things is train trips. Anyway, please make sure you come back here, Corn Freak, because I love your name. And just by your name alone, you have to come back. There you go. Oop, here's another Corn Freak. Love y'all, and thank you so much, Tori. You are welcome, Corn Freak. There's a whole story behind that, why I'm so freaky on Corn Freak. I used to be on another chat board when there were just chats. There wasn't like, this whole thing that they have now, the live stream thing. And I mentioned these guys are corny. They were just a bunch of guys. And I said, you guys are corny. And they would put up all these corn emoticons on the page, right? Like they started with like 5 and then 10, and pretty soon it was like a whole 100 of corn. And they didn't know what corny was. Because I said, you guys are so corny. And they'd never heard it. They were like, what is corny? So anyway, it became a big thing. So then when I saw you and Corn Freak, I was like, Corn Freak, one of my team. So anyway, there you go. That's my story of Corn Freak. Love this woman. She's a firecracker. Here, this is what she said. There, Arlene, thank you. Thank you. I know, isn't it kind of weird? But I have a lot of passion. I do. Okay. We love y'all. Pearl Snappy. I love women who have backbone like you and Tori. I'm trying to get that way myself. I'm saving up to come protest with you in Austin. Good, in January, if you are still there. Wonderful. Well, the thing about strength is just doing it. Put yourself out in different areas where it seems really weird. Go do it. And you know what? When you come out, you go, I made it. And then you try it again. Well, this seems a little weird. I don't know if I should do that. Go do it. And, unless it's unsafe. If it's unsafe, that's a different thing. But I've been in a lot of unsafe things, and I come through it because I know if you just move on through it, you'll be okay. And that's how this is. We'll be okay. We will. We have a good group here. We have wonderful mods. Thank you to Love It and to Sophie for helping us because that really makes a difference. Oh my God. I've been screwing up. I forgot the stars again. Let me just get through a few of these. Oh, I think this was perfect timing. Everyone can have time to recoup and get a new plan. Exactly. But stick together. Hey, Legendary, thank you. All right, now here's Go Roar. Did you ever meet Kirstie Alley? Yeah, sure, I did. I did. And was she as wackadoodle as people say she was? She was. And I don't like to say that to people that are dead because she can't be here to say fuck you. But that's what she would say. Question, Tori. Did you see the posters of DOA that Scientology put on car? I did. I did see that. Yeah. Made me think of Mark Bunker. Yeah, I know. They're nuts. You know, that's all I can say is they're nuts and they prove they're nuts over and over. Okay, this is Sophie. I've said it before, but when Tori left, they lost one of the best advocates and she hasn't stopped advocating for the truth since. Thank you, Sophie, because that's very true. And I thought that way. You know, it's like if you would have just let me alone, I would have been on my way and who knows what I would have done. But no. They had to come pick on me and wrong person to pick on. And they knew that because that's in my folders. They knew who I was. When Larry Wallersheim got sued, I'll tell you this, Larry Wallersheim sued the Church of Scientology and they wanted everyone down at the courthouse. And I got everybody down there and they were all down there. And at the end of it, Ken Hoden came up to me and he said, do you want to know who got everybody down there? And I said, yeah, who did? And he said, you. He said 88% of the people said they heard about it from you. So if you know someone is like that, why would you push them out of the Church of Scientology, make fun of them, put them down, put their friends down? You know, it's like, it's not really very brilliant, Miscavige. Okay, now this is Sophie. I've said it before, but when Tori left, okay, thank you, that one. Now this is Selfless Self. I worked sound at an event in 2014 when Scientology was trying to be introduced into the Nation of Islam. It was presented to the entire group that they should get auditing. Nation of Islam event. Yeah, I know. I met some of the Nation of Islam guys because they were like, no, we're not Scientologists, because we were out protesting. And they said, we're not Scientologists, we're Dianeticists. And I thought, oh, perfect. That's good. Because I knew they had physical problems. So it's like they hit them up with Dianetics. This will fix it for you, right? And it was like, okay, we'll go with that. That sounds good, right? Instead of going with the whole bridge to total freedom, which they would have gone, nah, we're not doing that. But I made a video saying there's only 3 reasons why they don't care about you. First of all, the only reason why they want the African American community is for bodies in the shop, money, and connections. And that's true to this day. And that's true for the Hispanic community, also for many other cultures. I'm very worried about them because Scientology is after your culture because you speak 2 languages and because they've already milked the white community and the people in the United States, and we're like, all right, enough. We don't want to hear more about Scientology. It's kind of how it is. Really, you talk to a lot of people, I know about Scientology. No, I don't want to hear about it. I went to Norway. I said, look, I'm going to do a talk on Scientology. They said, we've never heard of it. I said, Andreas, how can that be? Let's go over to the Scientology thing. And he goes, why? It's just a doorbell. Andreas. I love him. Anyway, meow. That's right. You pulled us in, Scientology. Exactly. In a big name. Yes, a cat. They moved planters where the encampment was. Okay. Stupid idiots. That's going to be brilliant. All right. Now I've got to do the star thing because there's still a whole ton of these. So let me get to the star things because that's I don't know. It's not clicking. Okay, what happened? The star things aren't clicking. Oh, I see it. I got it. Okay, so this is Sophie. Our last census said we have less than 40 Scientologists in our country. Wow, Tori has more subscribers than the church. I know. It's funny. That's good. Totally T for tout. Today was a tragic retreat, regrouping, and reassessment. Oh, it's strategic. Okay. Today was a strategic retreat, regrouping, and reassessment. Yeah, I think that's right. And that's what'll happen. Danny, hi. If this is Danny, and it is, hi, Danny, I want you to send me your phone number. I do. I want to stay in touch with you. And I lost, I didn't get anybody's numbers. I didn't even think about it. And the people that are in LA, send me your phone numbers, your name, even if you want to use your nick or whatever. But I want to stay in touch with you guys. And, we're going to keep picketing. So, Danny, I don't know if you live here or not. I thought you did. If you do, send me your number. And if you don't, send me your number anyway. Jane Squirrel. Oh, yeah, I remember Jane Squirrel. You speak so much sense, Tori. I love that about you. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really do. That means a lot to me. Question. Do you think the mafia exists in Scientology? Scientology is a mafia. There isn't a mafia that exists in Scientology. Scientology is, by design, a basic mini mafia. Well, let's say this. You're right. It's really the Office of Special Affairs, which is PR, legal, and dirty tricks. They don't say it's dirty tricks. They only tell you it's PR and legal. But you find out later it's PR, legal, and the dirty tricks. So it's really all OSA, because the rest of it is, that's Scientology. They're doing their thing. It's not, they don't do all the dirty tricks and stuff like that. OSA does. And even people that work in OSA don't realize, they keep it so fractioned off. When you're in OSA, I wasn't on staff there, but I volunteered there. And I certainly had no idea the shit that was going on. I really didn't. Okay. So there you go. Yeah, I think it does exist. It's a mini. I don't know if it's as big as the mafia, but they're trying. They're trying to be bad. You're truly a treasure and love that you're a fellow, I'll say the good dog. I'm a fellow good dog. Thank you. You're amazing, Tori. All right. Well, thank you very much. You're so very wise. I don't know about that, but I'm working on it. And at 76, I should have some wisdom. It's like I've lived a lot of life. And so that I'm trying to share that. Pearl Snappy and Selfless, I'm behind y'all forever. I was so proud of y'all last night. Thank y'all. Yeah, I was too. I thought you guys were really good. I mean, it was tricky. It really was. You're such a treasure. We are lucky to have you and glad you are also a night owl like me. Yeah, exactly. The good dog. Me too. It helps having all these night owls. It really does. DOA has said he is not done. He will be back. He was worried about people's safety. That's what I think. And I just think for his own mental and spiritual health, it would be better for him to not start putting people down, because that's part of, I guarantee part of the mafia, part of Scientology is what's called third party. And third party is like, let's say you and I are friends and we're really good friends. And then all of a sudden you call me up one day and I'm like, well, yeah, I might be able to come over, but I'm not sure. And you're like, did something happen? And you're like, no. But in the meantime, someone else has come in and gone, oh, you're not friends with them, are you? Let me just tell you a little bit about them. I mean, I owe it to you that I should tell you X, Y, and Z about your friend. And so after a while, you're kind of not really their friend. And it's like people get third-partied all the time with Scientology in the network. And I said this from day one. I said, this is going to happen. They're going to third-party people. They're going to turn on each other. So DOA, if you're listening to this, stop it. Don't just start putting other people down, because most of the people, 90% that came here were good people, and they came here for a good reason, which was to help everybody and to help the homeless. So it's like, if things went off the rails, they did. And that's a thing, to just take a little break, let everybody chill out. We'll all get back together. It'll work out. But don't start, saying she did this and he did that and that and that. It's like, it's not going to be good for anybody. It's not good for those people, and it's not good for you. So that's my speech to DOA. Anyway, all right. Love you, Tori. You're such a treasure. Thank you, Chewies. Thank you. I hope you have a great weekend. That's right. It's the weekend. All right. I'm going to miss all my, all the encampment people. I really am. I wish they were there. I know you're very disappointed you didn't get to sleep in the tent that night, but if you ever need a ride, we will always be there to chauffeur. Thank you. Can you send me your phone number? Because that's my problem. Jay gave me a phone number, so I could always call him and say, okay, I'm coming over. Can you get my chair, and my, tripod out of the trunk? And he would. I'd just pull up, he'd do it, he'd set it up. There you go. And that really helped me a ton. It did, because it's hard for me to do it. I can't walk that far with a chair and a tripod. I just can't do it. So anyway, that would help. No, wait. Okay, now let me just go down here. So thank you, Lola. If you'll send me that would be great. Okay, Sophie. We just want to support you, Tori. You're an amazingly strong woman. Well, thank you. I want to support you guys too. I think this is a wonderful team, and I'm really proud of all you guys. I really am. All right. Question. Has anyone seen William, the security guy, anymore since Aaron called him out the other day? I've been watching all streams after he tried to make DOA leave the day before the event, their event. I have not. I have not seen him, but I haven't been over there a lot, so I'm not a good person. But other people can check that. Somebody will see him, or they may have sent him to the RPF. I don't know. Who knows? Pearl Snappy, I sent you an email about news coverage for the protest. Wow, can you send that to me, Queen Tusk Meow? Come on. I want to read it. Tori, the blue looks lovely on you. It accentuates the colors in your necklace. Are you going to have some fun this weekend? I am. I definitely am. I have a couple of things planned. One of them, I'm going to see my son tomorrow night, which that's always fun. And then I have a couple other things that I'm not going to say what they are. Okay, Gurur, but thank you for asking. Need to head to bed, but so great to see everyone, and so great hanging out with you guys. Lots of love. Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm really happy you came, Gurur, and have a good night's sleep. All right. Good. Did you know any Irish Scientologists? Not that they said they were Irish. I mean, I met them after I left. I met John McGee, who's Irish, and he helped fly me over to Ireland, and I was there. So he's the main guy that I know that's Irish. But I don't know that I did while I was in Scientology, but I know I would have loved to. And my husband is half Irish, my ex-husband. He was half Armenian, half Irish. So he was more Irish than he was Armenian, that's for sure. Now people can sit on the planters. I know. Can you believe it? They could put, they are so, it's unbelievable to me. It really is. It's just unbelievable. I always thought the Nation of Islam was a cult anyway, so guess their leader found a way to gain more control and money. That's what I think. I think they both had to admit, look, we're kind of, without saying, we're failing cults, but somehow they had to say, why don't we join up? we could do more damage if we both together. So they joined up, and whatever. We haven't heard much from them, have we? They haven't gone far. Question: who was the wealthy man that CFS wore out with litigation and other legal tricks? They're doing it to they're doing it to William on a smaller scale. CFS is definitely trying to send the same message. I don't know, unless you mean Bob Minton years ago. That's the only wealthy man who they were trying to do legal tricks with him. And he's dead now, but he's the one who helped me get out of LA and to Clearwater in 2000. And I don't think they're doing the same with William, because William is a security guard. So it's not the same thing, I don't think. Okay. And this is, Danny is an awesome man. He is. And I really want to thank you publicly, Danny. You really did a great job. I really, really, you helped me a bunch. He helped me a bunch. He really did. He helped everybody. He's a really kind man. CFS is basically now an autocrat run organization. Exactly. All right, Jane Squirrel. All right. And love Danny, Leah, and of course the beautiful Tori. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, wait, I miss you. Here you are. I'm in UK. We had 1,100 approximately, I think, from the last census. I think most of them are Scientologists, but have left the organization. There you go, Scientology, leaving the organization. That's because you do this creepy stuff. And people go, you know what? I don't need it. And here's the deal. The fact is, if you're in and watching this and listening to it, you do not have to stay in. You don't have to lose your friends, your family. Just walk out the door. That's it. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to be like me. They turned me into being a spokesperson. From LAX to Tampa Airport, I became an activist. At LAX, I was a Scientologist. I was like, I have nothing to say. But when they canceled my van, that was the first time I thought, whoa, maybe what these critics say is true. Because the critics were saying they do this kind of shit. I said, no, they don't. You're just reading the internet. No, they weren't. They do. Then I got to the airport. They canceled the plane. Then I went inside, and the vice president came clicking up with her high heels. We know where you're going, and you're not going there. And Stacy, luckily, had said to me, bring a phone. And this was in 2000. So now everybody's like, everyone has a phone. But not in 2000. We only had these emergency phones. And I said, Stacy, they don't do that kind of thing. And she said, Tori, they do it. I used to run the program, bring the phone. So I brought his little emergency cell phone. And now the vice president comes up with her, we know where you're going, you're not going there. And I took out my little flip phone and said, Stacy, the vice president is here. She said, okay, stay on the line. I'm going to handle this. And she put Jesse Prince on. And Jesse Prince said, Tori, I used to run this program. I know what I'm doing. Do not set down the phone, ever. If you have to go to the bathroom, don't set down this phone. And I'm going to get you on the plane. And he did. It was an event. It really was. But I mean, that alone, I went from just being, kind of a Scientologist, leaving on my own to, no, I got something to say. I'm in UK. Oh yeah, that's right. We did that. Okay. So this one's Jose. I think it's Jose, right? Jose. Anyway, it's bigger than the Mafia. I don't think so. I'm from Chicago. The Mafia is pretty big. These guys don't have I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. Hi, Tori. Do you have a favorite musician? The Rolling Stones. I love the Rolling Stones. All right. There's the hearts. That's nice. Thank you. Question. How is it that people inside believe there are millions of members? Surely they see the empty spaces. It's very weird. I talk about this all the time with my friends because it's like they never tell you people die. They never tell you. The only people they say die are opinion leaders. So, like, let's say everyone knows Mr. So and so because he has all this money and now he dies. Okay, now they're going to have a funeral for Mr. So and so, but there may be 100 other people that die that have been around them, on course with them, helped them, friends with theirs that die, and they never say a word. Not a word. I only know this because Steve Miller used to be the cramming correction officer at AOLA, and he would come running out of the street, go, Tori, 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 you're not going to believe how many people are dead now. And I'd go, what now? And he would tell me all these people, so and so and so and so and so and so. And I'd say, you're kidding. I mean, it was just so offensive to me that we never even heard these people died. You know, it was really spooky. It really was. And I forgot what the question was because I got off the thing. How is it? Oh, yeah. Okay. So they believe there's millions of members. So they go to the events. Most of them aren't on course or getting auditing anymore. So all of that is really kind of non-existent. Miscavige is just buying buildings. That's the main part of Scientology. That's why they got rid of the red and green volumes and got them out of the orgs, because they're going to reprint them and take out all the shit that Hubbard said that makes them prove that they're not a religion. So now they're going to make it all religion-y. But the people that are listening to that, you know, you didn't join Scientology to stop free speech, break up families, medical abuse, fraud. You didn't join staff. You didn't join Scientology to do this. So stop supporting it. It's not okay. Even if 1,000 people are there and support it, it doesn't mean it's okay for you. You need to open up the door and walk out and call me, and I'll come get you. I will. It's like, there are people out here that'll help you. You know, it's like thousands of your friends are out here. That was a shock for me. I'm telling you, when I left, I say this all the time because I know someone might be listening who'll hear it who for the first time. But I was driving around with Spanky, and I'd say, well, she'd say, bup, 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 somebody's name. And I'd say, well, they're still in, right? And she'd say, oh, hell no. They left 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. I mean, it was just unbelievable to me how many people that I was positive they were still members. They're not. They're out. So if you're waiting for some joy, it's out here. This is where the joy is. It is not in the Church of Scientology. I promise you that. Okay, so there you go on that. As far as they believe it because they go to the events, and Miscavige, now they're going to all these other countries, getting into the police departments and shit like that. And they're using the way to happiness. So now there's 8 billion people in Brazil that are using the way to happiness. And that means Scientology has millions of members. Is that true? No. They lie through their teeth all the time. And that's the sad fact. But the empty spaces, I can't explain. I mean, I think many of them don't see the empty spaces. They don't go over there. That's what I think. Tori Magoo 44, thanks so much for that. You're welcome, Selfless Self. I'm so happy I got to meet you last night. I mean, sort of meet you. Okay. Charles DOA said that he and Laura are now officially in a relationship. Yay! I kind of knew that from the beginning. They came over and I kind of picked up on it, but I'm glad it's official. Tori, can you explain why you think CFS doesn't send people out to talk to the protesters anymore? Are you kidding me? Who are you talking to? Me. They sent me out for many years, and I would be out talking to the protesters. And I eventually, not necessarily because of them, I actually read books for 10 years, and the books helped strip off the mind control. And then I went on the internet because they turned on me and threw me under the bus. I went on the internet and I was just making weird posts, kind of thinking, okay, you know, maybe somebody, a guardian angel will come help me. And Andreas did. And that's what happened. And so I think they're very afraid someone, you know, if anybody, you know, like we talked to a lot of people and they left. So they're like, no, don't let them talk to anybody. I'm happy that they're in a relationship. That's good. Hi, Tori. I'm very proud of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm proud of you guys too. All right. Now, This is from Helen Hendricks. Okay, the Headleys read Osa's papers where they sent former members that needed help to actually spy on them. I have no doubt he says, you mean Osa is sending spies. I lose my mind trying to fish out who they could be. Yeah, I went through that. I went through that. I went through like, in 2000, they were all over me, taking me to lunch, shit like this, and going through my garbage. And, it was pretty spooky. It's amazing that I got through it, but I did. And part of it was I read A Beautiful Mind because I saw the movie A Beautiful Mind. I'm not a schizophrenic, but I did remember he was very, very paranoid, and I was getting very, very paranoid. And so I read the book, and you know what? It totally handled it for me because I realized that's it. The wife at the end of it says, look, you have two paths. You can either keep going with these people that we can't see, but you can, and put all your energy into that, or you can go back to Harvard University or one of the big universities he was a professor at and teach people and just acknowledge these little people are there. Okay, so what? If you don't put the energy into them, you'll be fine. And I don't have little people. I don't have something like that where I think there's people around me, but I was paranoid and worrying like here and there. And is this person Osa? And I finally thought, you know what? That's it. It's just going to drive you nuts. That's all that's going to happen. It's going to drive you crazy. So I just stopped doing it. It's like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to keep doing it. And that's what I'm doing. And that's it. And if people are Osa, it'll come out. And that's all there is to it, because we're not going to figure out who they are. And, people that do OSA actions, just stay away from them. That's all there is to it. Okay, so there you go on that. Anyway, that's my thing on it. But remember, like the Hadleys had a different situation where they had people at their house. I might have had them at my house too, but everybody gets through things their own different way. And that's the way I got through it. Do you have an email address? I can send a number if you need a ride. I do. Here it is. And that's from DOA. He and Laura helped me with that. It's my name, ToriChrisman44@gmail.com. So there you go. All right. So now we did the Headleys. Did I see this one? I got you the email address. Okay. Looked on your main page, but couldn't find one. Okay. Otherwise, let me know. What's the best way to send my number? Facebook is the best way if you can send a private message on Facebook, or TikTok. Because here's the other thing. Do you have a pen? Because you can write this down. There, you can send me a text via that, and say YouTube ride, YouTube ride, and then your name, because I won't remember your name. I'm really bad at names. So that's what I would suggest. And we'll try to get it on. Love it. Let's remember to do that so we get it on the page so that everybody can easily see it. Okay, here we go. SP Wog, Scientologists put a wedge between me and my friends. I live alone, and the Skio Mafia still pulls stunts on me where I live. If I try to rent my small house on my property, they interfere. Well, that's a tricky one. With your friends, I would just sit them down and say, look, here's the deal. Do you want to be my friend or not? If you don't, I was part of this and I got out of it. And if you guys are worried about it or you're listening to them, let me know, because then that'll be that. We won't be friends. And you'll have to just move along. I lost all my friends, 30 years of friends. So it's like you kind of have to move along. I live alone. Okay. And they are going to pull stunts as long as you put energy into it. The minute you go, I don't care. Okay. You painted the side of my house. Okay, good. You can paint the other side if you want. I don't care. It doesn't matter. That's my view. You have to figure out what's your view. But for me, it's like I don't care. I don't care about all this stupid shit that they do. They did this all nickel and dime stuff for a long time, and I used to send written reports to the Burbank police because it's like gaslighting. And I said, look, it's not enough to call the police and say this is what happened. They broke a leg off my ceramic turtle. You know what I mean? I can't do that. But I'm going to make a report about it so you understand how much shit these people do every day, all day to me and probably other people. But I'm going to do a paper trail so they have a paper trail about it. And you know what? Since they've come a couple times and they always go, hi, they know who I am. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say. Go down and meet an officer and say, look, this is weird, but I was in Scientology and they do this stuff. And I just want to start a paper trail with you so I can send it in to you. So it's out of my head. It's one way of doing it. I need Tori's email address. Can't find it. Okay. I think I just did that, but let's do it again. It's my name 44@gmail.com. And it's Tory. Okay, so there we go. All right. And can't wait for the historic day we see Big Blue on the news with cult members walking out in single file lines of freedom, hopefully soon. Yeah. I wouldn't hold my breath, but hopefully soon. It's to me, it's like every person we can educate in any way is a good thing. Like I tell people all the time, my thing is I get young people before they get in Scientology because you see how hard it is to get them out. So I go, look, your life is in danger. And they go, me? For what? And I go, you're 15 minutes away from Scientology. Look, here's my card. And I give them my card. And they go, thank you. And I go, put it away. Because if your boss is a Scientologist, they'll fire you. And they go, really? And then I tell them a little bit about my story. And I say, look, there's a lot of information on that card, but you've got to study it. And you're at an age where they are going to come after you because you're young and you speak two languages. So get it together. You know what I mean? And every single person goes, thank you so much. So to me, it's easier for us to, you guys get cards made up with whatever you think, whatever websites. I always do xenu.net because there's so much information on that. That's my number one. And then, whatever other ones you want. You've got to find ones that you like. I have my Tori Magoo 44, the YouTube site. I also have Tony Ortega because he's got tons of information. And then way at the bottom, we put in little tiny letters, Scientology's website, and it's Scientology.org. Just so if people, they can't say, well, you didn't ever tell them our side. So we did. They can. I don't care. I know if people read both sides, they're never going to join Scientology. Question, how much more militant did Scientology become under David Miscavige? And has he gotten worse with more time? Yes. Also, who will take over after him, if you know? I have no idea who will take over, if anyone will. But yes, he's definitely gotten more militant, and the church has gotten way worse while he's been in there. I mean, it's empty. Nobody's there. You can look, and people all the time say, wow, it's really expanding. And I go, really? Yeah, and that's based on what? And they go, well, look at all the buildings that they buy. And I go, have you ever looked at any of those buildings? And they go, no. And I go, exactly. And they're empty. There's like 3 people in them. That's it. And they go, really? And I go, yeah, it's a con. It's a scam. So don't worry about it. Just don't get in it. Okay. Here's one. Tori, I think Charles Patrick was referring to William Good, not William the security guard. Oh, since Will is fighting the restraining order. Oh, thank you for that. Okay, so, and I'm trying to remember what he said about Will. Did I think? I can't remember it now. He said something. Charles Patrick was referring to William Good. Well, could somebody copy that so that I can reread it and look at it with William Good? Because I can't remember what it was. He's fighting the restraining order. I can't remember exactly what he said, so someone will have to repost it. Okay. Oh, I was posting about William Good. Okay, no, wait, he said it. Now it's gone. France will not acknowledge Scientology as a church. Will not accept Scientology as a church. They call it something like a cult. All right, way to go, France. France and Germany. Germany's pretty hip to them too. All right. Hi, mods and chat. This is Kiko. Hi. I'm late, but I've been listening while I'm getting ready for bed. Probably going to have to duck out to sleep. Hope everyone is doing some self-care after recent events. Good thinking, good plan. Yeah, everybody needs to, do your thing, get it together, but, respect the stuff that we did do that was right, because there was a lot of good stuff that happened. And don't let all that go down the drain because of the shit that happened in the last couple of days. It's like, and try to just be kind. Be kind to each other and be kind to yourself. Okay. Okay, now here's Patrick. Wait, here's Patrick. Oh, wait, it went away. I was posting about William Good Streets. CFS is paying attorneys to drag out his restraining order case, which cost William thousands more dollars in attorney fees for extra days in court. Wow, that sucks. Oh, thank you for explaining that. I missed that completely. I thought I heard Jessica saying they were in court for 2 days, and I thought, boy, that's kind of long for a restraining order, because usually they're just letting them go. So I don't quite. Maybe it's because it's streets. You know what I mean? They probably have their own. Remember, the LAPD have probably got their own stuff with them. But I don't know. I'm sorry to hear it. I mean, that's a drag. Scientology, you're not doing yourself good. These are not things. These are mafia actions. Remember I said religion, mafia. Which one is it? Streets is a good person. If you watch him for a minute, you see he's a good person doing good stuff. He's only keeping the guys that are not doing the right thing in line. So you guys dragging this out is just more proof you are not the religion, you're the mafia. Stop it. You can change it tonight. Tonight. You can go, you know what? That's it. We're going to change. We're going to be better. And that's what you need to do, because you're not. You're not better at all. You're way worse. You're so worse than what you were when I joined Scientology. I just can't believe it. I mean, it's stunning to me that some people could be this stupid to keep doing this stuff now that people have cameras around the world where they can share this information. I've got to think Scientology, religion, or mafia. People can take that and post it on other streams. Do you see what I mean? So more people can see this video, this very video. And I hope you do, because more people need to get educated on it and realize, I'm not joining them. No, don't. Unless you want to get rid of your family, lose all your friends, and all your money. That's it. That's Scientology. Okay. Question. Did someone help you set up your channel to get paid for your content? Yeah. I remember you and Aaron talking about it on the video you did together last week. I'm kind of stuck on, it starts with an A, but anyway, it's one of the little 3-step things. And I'm stuck on it, and they have to send me something with some information on it, and I'm not getting it yet. So I don't know what to do next. I really don't. I'm kind of stuck on it. I mean, I do have these things that DOA and Laura helped me set up, which was the Cash App and PayPal and Venmo, and then, of course, Zelle. So any one of those, you guys can help support me on that. But those are all underneath Tori Magoo 44. It says for more information about Tori. And if you click on those, that has those links with the actual links in them. But as far as what do you call it? I forget the thing, where if you ask a question, you make money, monetizing, and having memberships and stuff like that. So far, they haven't sent me the thing. So I'm kind of stuck. I don't know what to do. So if anybody does, please let me know. There you go. Okay. But thank you for asking, Acer211. All right. And comment, the support you received when you left is amazing. The support you received when you left is amazing. I know, it really is. I mean, all along it has been. The support you guys have given me here has been fantastic. So it's very, very important. Not one thin dime. That was there was a chant we had for Wallersheim, not one thin dime for Wallersheim. And he won $8 million. And I went down to the shrine. They had a big event, kind of cheering on something. And I had a big sign that said, not one thin dime for Wallersheim. And then I'd flip it around and it said, Larry Wallersheim is awarded $8 million. It was really cool. I talked to him a lot. He's doing well. All right. They're pirates in the Sea Org. Okay. I'm not sure who you mean, but oh, wait. This is Sophie. Listen up, Osa, who are watching. You don't have to stay in there. Correct. You don't have to stay in there, Osa. I didn't. I left, and I've been way happier. Good night. Thank you for coming. All right. Wait, I missed one. Wait, here's one. Freedom and joy. Woohoo. Thank you. Love it. All right. C of S to follow LRH tech policies, but the protesters are not confined to tech policies. They have the magic ingredient ability to pivot, change it up. Exactly. And we can do what we want. We can say what we want. That's what got me interested in the critics. It was like, wait a minute. These people can do and say whatever they want. They're like the old cowboys, from years ago, where they could, they'd ride into town and they'd do what they wanted. They said what they wanted. They weren't like confined, and we were super confined. All right. So now wait, I got to go back up to the stars. These are the stars. Okay. Verity. C of S, have to follow. Okay, that one. There we go. Witness. Right now, Osa, the way out is the closet door. Just leave. The closest door. Okay. I was going to say, it's not really the closet door, but it's the closest door. It's the nearest door. The way out's the nearest door. That's my thing. And that was LRH's plan. You have to remember, he was the way out is the way through, which meant you had to keep going on the bridge. But LRH didn't take that. He took off. So if he can do it, you can do it. Why do you guys have to keep slaving away? You don't. Answer, you don't. Revoke Scientology's tax exemption. Report to FTC for racketeering fraud. Very good. Very good. Scientology, you're not going to win on this thing. I promise you that. Question, Tori, how much more militant did Scientology get under David? And who will take over? Okay, I did answer the first part. Yes, it got more militant. I have no idea who will take over, if anyone. It may just, crumble to hell. I have no idea. I really don't. Will Scientology actually break into people's houses? They did mine. They broke into mine. They stripped my computer. They stole stuff. They stripped all my videos of my child and their children and their friends and all my friends. And I was at Flag and I interviewed people for 6 months. They stripped all of that. It was all gone. And I was out on my street hysterical. And I don't use the word hysterical much because I think it's often misused. But I was so upset I couldn't stop crying. And I got in my car and I was ready to drive over to the HGB, which is the Hollywood Guarantee Building, which is where all the executives are in Hollywood. And I was going to drive over there, stand out in front and just scream, I want my fucking videos back, right? And then I had thank God, the Homer Simpson moment thinking, wait a minute, Tori, This is what they want. Then they're going to do the 5150 on you, put you in a mental institution, and the rest is toast. And I set up a meltdown committee, which to anyone going through trouble, it's a great idea. You have 4 people, you can call them any time of the day or night. And I called up my dear friend Spanky, and I was crying my eyes out. She said, stop, turn the car around, come over to my house right now. And I did. And, she helped me through it. But many, many times I called my meltdown committee for 2 years, because I cried for about 2 years because I lost my husband. You know what I mean? It was really sad for me. It wasn't sad losing Scientology, but it was sad losing my husband. It really was. I didn't plan on that. I didn't think that was going to happen that way. Okay, good. Thank you, Abel Vargas. Hi, Tori. It's great seeing you. How have you been? Well, it's been a wild ride. Let's just say that. I've been good. Question. Are Scientologists taught to never take no for an answer? I don't know that that's true. It isn't never take no for an answer. But their thing is like, I don't know. Like they have to make it go right. That's their thing. Make it go right. So whatever you have to do to make it go right, that's what you're supposed to do. And that's it. If it's say no, it is. Anyone fair-gamed attacked by members of the criminal cult of Scientology would be paranoid. Yeah, it is. It is. But you have to get over it, because it's like they're going to, as long as they know that they're affecting you, they'll keep going. As soon as they realize, I started making videos. That's why I started making videos. Like, okay, you're going to break off the legs of my fucking turtles. I'm making a video about it. You know what I mean? You want to strip my computer? I'm making a video about it. You want to steal my receipts? I'm making a video about it. You want to, break it, spray half of my rearview mirror in my car pink, which you did. I'm making a video about it. And I'm telling you about how Pep Boys, I went and asked them, is it a mafia? Is it a gang? Or is it the Church of Scientology? The guy opened the door, looked in. He went like this. He goes, Church of Scientology. I said, how do you know? He said, because you have a really good radio. Any gang would take that. And you got stuff in the back seat, and they didn't take that. End of story. So it's like, yes, they break into people's houses. Not all the time, but they have with me. They definitely did with me. Okay, now this is question. Do you think that the auditing and processes induce psychosis? I know they have with some. One of my very dear friends on OT5 said, I think I'm going crazy. And I said, then get out of here. Just go home. That's it. We were at Flag, and I said, get out of here. Go home. And he did. And he was better for it. And he was my roommate for 7 years, and then he passed away because he had lung cancer. But there you go. Hi, Tori and chat. A very good morning from sunny Belgrade, Serbia. Wow, almost 6.4 miles away from LA. Wow, 6.4 thousand miles away from LA. Wow. Thank you for saying hi. That's so cool. How is Spanky? She's great. She's doing really good. She drove me over to see that. I said, I have to see. We went out to dinner, and I said, could we just get your dog and go for a little car ride? I got to see if it's empty for real. I couldn't believe it. And we drove over there, and there was nothing. And she'd never seen it with all the stuff. So I've got to show her some videos of it. But anyway, she's good. She's doing good. She's doing very good. Witness. Great idea, Tori, to just document as best you can and forward to the police. Right. And a point is set up that makes it work. You can't just send it off to the police. That won't work. You have to get a person and say, look, I am going to be sending some reports into you all, and I need a person that I can direct it to so they understand what's going on, because this is very wacky. And if I just send them in, they're going to think I'm nuts. And that's what I told the lady at reception. I said, so please get me someone who can help me, who's an officer. And they did. And he came out, and I introduced myself. I've been here for a long time. And I said, I was in Scientology, escaped out. I explained fair game, and I said, fair game is very similar to gaslighting. And I asked him if he knew what that was. He did. And so I said, okay, so every time they gaslight me, I can't call you guys because it's not worth your coming here. And he said, true. And I said, so I'm going to but I want to get it on record that this happened this day, this time, this place. Right. And he said, okay. So here's my name, here's my number, send it in to me and I'll keep track of it. I said, good. And so that's the way to do it. Do you see what I mean? Instead of just forwarding shit to the police and they're like, I don't know, these guys are nuts. Whereas he didn't think I was nuts. After I explained it to him, people appreciate the information so that they can understand it. Do you see what I mean? That's why I say to the kids, your life is in danger. Because in my opinion, it is. For a young person, you get into the Sea Org, forget it. You're not going to get out. That's the way it is. And it's a billion-year contract. And it sucks. It's $45 a week. It's like, no, it's really is. Your life is in danger. So to me, it's like you kind of have to get them to wake up and realize, wait a minute, this is something I need to look at. Right, exactly. And once you look at it, you'll never join it. And then I'm good. Thank you, David Miscavige. See, if you just let me go, I would have been on my way doing all kinds of other stuff. But you had to turn me into an activist. Way to go, man. And Bill Yachty, too. The two of you, way to go. And you keep making more. That's the thing. But thank you, Witness. I appreciate that you get it. But that's a good idea. What's your favorite form of protesting? How has technology changed the way that you interact with ex-Scientologists? Okay. My favorite way of protesting, I have to admit, is probably YouTube and on the street. I love being out on the street talking to people because it is shocking what you will find on the street. Do you know who Aleister Crowley is? He was Hubbard's mentor. He kind of looked up to him. And Aleister Crowley's great granddaughter came up to me protesting and said, I am Aleister Crowley's great granddaughter. And it was like, wow. It was just, at the time we were in the middle of a bunch of stuff, so I couldn't talk to her, but it was impressive to just meet someone like that. And I've just had so many things where people are like, whenever we do the honk, if you think Scientology is a cult, they can't stop. The police in Hollywood said, you can't do this anymore. And I said, why not? It's free speech. And they said, yeah, but it's also noise pollution. And there's so many people honking, we can't take it. And it was like, it was kind of funny in a way, that many people. Their mailman would go deliver the mail and come out and say, thank you for doing this. The UPS guy, thank you for doing this. All the different businesses around Scientology, thank you for doing this. Please come back next week. Can you come back next week, next month? Other people would join our protests when we're out protesting, especially with the picket signs, because then they can see what you're doing. That's the only thing I don't like about live stream is that people don't really know what you're doing. The people on the live stream know, but people on the street don't know. Whereas I think even if one person brought a sign, it's enough, but it really helps to have, one or two signs. So people get, oh, this is about Scientology. Yeah. We're definitely with you guys. Anyway, I forget what you asked me. Oh yeah. My favorite band and technology, I didn't even know about live stream. Jessica taught me. I told you, my friend Andrew said, Tori, you got to go on TikTok. I said, Andrew, I don't do TikTok. He said, go on TikTok and type in Jessica Palmadessa. This was around Christmas. And I typed it in and I went, oh my God, they are so over their limit. You know what I mean? Like she was so far ahead of them. And I could see it. I could see all the people talking to her. And it was just like, wow, this is a nightmare for them. This isn't just like bad news. This is a living hell for them. And you know what? You deserve it, Scientology. You pulled it in. You did. You pulled it in every single time. And this time of getting rid of all of us who were feeding the homeless, something that you should be doing, but you never do. You're pulling it again because it's going to get bigger. More people are going to join. More people are going to expand because of you doing this. That's what happens. Every time you hurt a group, more people come on because they go, wait a minute, that's not okay. Exactly. Thank you for coming on. And that's the way I feel about all of you. Thank you for coming on. All right. Don't forget to like everyone. All right. There you go. Yeah. Don't forget to hit the like button. All right. Jurgen. Hi, Tori. It's Jurgen in Georgia. All right. Happy to see you. Ditto. All right. And this is Lola the Good Dog. Scientology may not realize how much their membership decreased, but I wonder if they have any idea how many protesters we have nationally, internationally, and still growing. I know. See, that's the thing. Last night when all that shit went down, I thought, oh God, this is at first, my first thing was like, oh God, I hate this when people come, because that's one of their big goals, to get divide and conquer, right? And I thought, oh God, they got the divide and conquer going. But then today I thought, just take a day, Tori, just chill out. It's going to be okay. And it is, because you have 24 years of it being okay with them doing their shit, and they fail every single time. And that's what happened. And here you guys are tonight, because I thought, I wasn't feeling too great. And I thought, nah, I don't know. I don't think I'll go online. And then I thought, it's not fair for you, Tori. You've got to go on and let these people know, what's going on and how you feel, and how can they think about this? Do you see what I mean? From my view, you're on my YouTube site. Obviously, everybody's got different things they're going to come out with this. But for me, the best part about it is looking at it as a religion or a mafia. And they've proven again, they are nothing but a mafia. Nothing more, nothing less. And if you're putting your money into Scientology, you are forwarding a mafia. And that happened this week. So there you go. As time goes on, how do they explain to the planet has been cleared? That's a very good question, Sophie, that we all ask all the time. I mean, how, come on, if you just do the numbers, it's like, no way. But I don't know. Charles Patrick, this is who wore out the litigation and other legal tricks. They're doing it on William on a smaller scale. I think it was Bob Minton. That's what I think. That's the only person I can think of. Good morning, Tori. Dustborn. All right. Good morning. All right. And SP Wog, William Good is A1 in my book. I think he's A1 in everyone's book. We all love William Good. He is a wonderful man. He really is. And he's just a great guy. He really is. Scientology's really only power is the money to pay lawyers to delay until the other side runs out of money. It's true. And people are getting tired of it, I think. AdSense has been the pain in the butt. That's right. Thank you, love it. I said it started with an A. I couldn't remember what it was. That's what it is. AdSense. So if anybody knows how to move AdSense along, please call me. Are you still in contact with Stacy? No. Hope I spelled it right. You did. If not, it might be Stacy, how she's been doing. I don't know. I haven't talked to her in years. So I really don't know. I hope she's okay. All right. Hey, Tori from Scotland. All right, Joe. Thank you for coming on and saying hi. I hope you're okay. Thank you, Kim. That's a nice thing to say. I'm amazing. Thank you. Well, I'm amazing only because of you guys. I wouldn't be without you. Tori, your strength is so admirable. If I can be half as cool as you when I'm your age, I shall be so lucky. I hear that a lot, and I appreciate that. I really do. It's one of the reasons I mean, Jessica kind of got me going, because if you remember, before this live stream thing, everybody was doing here's Hammett and a picture of it, here's David Miscavige and all this shit. And I didn't know how to do that. So I just thought, okay, I'm out. That's it. And then I saw Jessica, and I went and saw her in person with my friend where we've picketed for years. And I said, let's go see if we can find the kids. So we found them over at the complex. And I said to Jessica, can you just come over to my house and we'll do an interview? And so she came over and she said, don't worry about it. Everybody just wants to hear your stories. Don't worry about it. It was really great. She was a big help to me. I really like her. She's very funny. Good morning, good evening from Western Australia. Ooh, you lucky dog. Scientology audit. Ooh, I love that. Okay, no, wait. Here's a question. Do you have regrets after you left Scientology because you were a part of OSA? No. If I wasn't a part of OSA, I wouldn't be able to educate as many people as I can about what they do and how they do it. It's like I was only in a little fraction of OSA. I wasn't staff, I was a volunteer. And I was only a volunteer to open those phony accounts that my auditor, who's like a counselor, had said, and he was my best friend back then, said, look, I just need help. These people on the internet are so evil and I've got to handle it. And I said, all right, well, what do you need me to do? And I opened up the accounts and that was it. That was pretty much it. But I don't have any regrets at all. I don't believe in regret, first of all. I really don't, for anybody. It's like, who does regret help? It doesn't help you and it doesn't help anybody else. So it's just sort of a wasted energy. So to me, it's like, just get over it. No, I don't feel regret over it. And I try to look at, like I'm the glass half full. And the glass half full is like, hey, I can educate other people on what they do. If nobody talked about it, nobody would know, right? Okay, so there you go. Soapy. Okay, I hope she doesn't anymore because she has helped thousands leave and not join. Thank you. She's more than made up for it, in my opinion, especially when you see the lack of action and accountability from some others. Thank you. Yeah, Bob Minton helped me with that because I told him, I said, look, he was the multimillionaire who helped start the Lisa McPherson Trust and helped me fly from here to get out of LA and get to Clearwater in 2000. And I had been fed this stuff about him, that he was working for the Sykes and this and that. And I'd kind of passed it on. And so once I met him, I realized he wasn't working for the Sykes. That was just a bunch of bullshit OSA fed me. And so I told him, I said, look, I got to let you know this. I'm really sorry. I said this stuff about you. And he goes like this, that's it? You think that's it, Tori? That's it? You think you can just say, I'm sorry, and that'll be it? He said, no, that's not going to be it, Tori. You supported this organization for 30 years. So you need to make up the damage. And that's it. And every time I make a video, I think of Bob Minton and I think, all right, I'm not done. I'm not. And I mean, you can say because I've made over 900 videos. I've done a lot. I've helped a lot of people. I don't get me wrong. I know I have, but that really helped move me into really being an activist. So there you go. Makes sense. Crowley was his mentor. Yep. Terrifying. I know, really. Okay, Kim says the streamers need signs that attach to something designed like a back brace to make it hands-free. That would be good. That's a good idea. You ought to design that, Kim, because that, whenever someone thinks of something, I say, okay, then you design it. You thought of it, you design it. Because that's a good idea. It really is. Something where it's hands-free. I like that. Because that is part of the problem with the phones and the signs. It doesn't quite work. Tori, have you put anything on your Amazon wish list? I haven't in a while. I need to, but I haven't. I've been busy kind of sorting all this stuff out. But I will. Thank you. Question. There are no Sea Org members at my local orgs here in Western Australia. What can I say to long-term members to make something click in their head? Okay, no, wait. There are no Sea Org members at my local org. Okay, so in other words, they're long-term members that are at your local org, and what can you say to them? It's really tricky. You could, I would say, I would like to have you over for dinner one night. Could you think you could come over? Like have people over and get in touch with them and find out, how are you doing? How's everything going? And they may go, I'm doing awful. They might tell you, but even if they don't, you could say, you believe in free speech, right? And they go, oh yeah, for sure. Say, okay, good. So I have a thing that I think you might be interested in, and you have to find something that is real for that person. And then say, I would like you to either read this or watch this video. I recommend videos because people can easily start reading and go, this is Zen data. I don't want to read it. Do you see what I mean? Whereas a video, once they get into it, they want to see it. They just do. And so I would find a video that you think they'd like, that isn't too mean or nasty, that is educational, and just say, look, I just want you to sit down and watch this video. I mean, show them the going clear. That's by Alex Huxley, I believe it is, who was a very famous documentarian. I think it's Alex Huxley. Anyway, you can look it up, but you can do that, or you can do somebody else's. But I would have them over and say, you believe in free speech, and if they go, oh no, I'm not watching a video, that's just sent data. Say, now wait a minute, what is your definition of free speech? Where does this rock and roll to? Like free speech, like you're free to do it. I know, but I don't want to watch that stuff. Well, how do you know what it is? You don't even know what it is. You're in my home. And I'm telling you, it's something that helped me. And I just want to show it to you. It doesn't mean you have to change anything. You don't have to believe it. I just want to show you something that I think you should see. That's all. That's what I would do. And if they watch it, they might wake up. They might not. They might want to watch more stuff. You can give them your card with the Xenu.net and the other stuff and say, look, I know this is N-Theta. I'm going to tell you, but I'm going to give it to you because it isn't really N-Theta. It's really truth about your church that they don't want you to know. And that's a fact. So I'm going to give it to you. You take it and try to have the courage and the guts to read it and look at it. And it does take courage and guts. It does. I'm not going to say it doesn't. But you have courage. You're a courageous person. I mean, I said this to a security guard the other night. I said, you know what? You didn't get into Scientology to stop free speech. I don't even know you. And I know you didn't get into Scientology to stop free speech. And you know what? He just stayed there. And I kept saying it over and over. I said, you know what? You didn't get into Scientology to stop free speech. And he never left. He never walked away. It was very interesting. It really was. It was like, and I was with someone else and they said, wow, he was really listening. And he was. So you never know when it might be something that'll click. Anyway, no, she's not. But it was interesting to meet the granddaughter. I didn't meet her for long, but she's not part of OTO. But I did go to a play where they had a thing on Aleister Crowley, L. Ron Hubbard, and Parsons. And the girl behind me was in all black. And I thought about it for a minute and I said, you're not with the OTO, are you? And she said, oh, yeah. And I said, really? And she said, yeah. And I said, are you still practicing it today? This was like a couple of years ago. And she said, well, it was probably like 5 years ago now. But she said, yeah, I am. And I was like amazed. It was like, wow. And the funny thing about that play is that Aleister Crowley, see, I didn't know Aleister Crowley, Hubbard had never met. I didn't know that. And so he was in their playhouse up on like the second floor. Aleister Crowley was. And the other guys, Parsons and Hubbard were here. And so they were always talking to him up in the second floor. And I didn't quite get what that was until I found out later he never met him. It was all via letters and mail and stuff like that. So now we have break and we go outside and I say, to this guy that's walking down the hall. They go, "That's L. Ron Hubbard." And I said, "Really?" And I said, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" And the guy was like super nerdy. I mean, like really not good nerdy. Like nerd is like an interesting term now, because there's the nerd good guys, and then the really nerdy guys that, we kind of grew up with, which I'm sorry if you are one of those, you have to move on, kind of move out of being nerd, because it doesn't change. That's the way it is. I mean, you can change it, but we won't change it. Well, maybe we will, because somebody will say, "You should say sorry about talking to somebody about being a nerd." And it's like, all right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're offended, but don't be offended. Get the book, the 4 Agreements, and snap out of it. There you go. So anyway, it turns out L. Ron Hubbard was really nerdy. And that's what I asked the kids. I said, "What's the deal with him being so nerdy?" And they said, "That's just the way we see him. We always saw him that way." And I thought, wow, that was so different than me, where, in Scientology, it's like L. Ron Hubbard, it's just, he's so like hip, hip, hooray. I never thought of him that way, but the Scientologists do in a big way. So it was interesting to see this other group and how they thought of him. It was really funny. Anyway, thanks, Tori. I'm very good. Good, Joe. Okay, you caught a live. That's right. You're watching me live. You've got to learn how to spell my name, though. It's Tory, not I. No, don't worry. I've had it my whole life. You're all asking such great questions tonight. Thanks for being cool chatters. Yeah, you are. Okay, let me keep moving. Comment. Here's a comment. It's winter here in Western Australia. Wow. So lots of rain. Oh, I would rather be where you are. I know, and I'd rather be where you are. It's like curly-haired people and straight-haired people. I want curly-haired people, but curly-haired people want straight. It's the way it is. You have to enjoy what you enjoy that's there. Okay, Tori's channel has so many videos going back years. I recommend watching them. Yeah, thank you, Sophie. It's true. I have like over 900 videos. And some of them are repetitive, so you can just kind of click along on them. If they're interesting, watch them. If not, move along. Tori is an OG. She was speaking out over 20 years ago when it was super dangerous, and she hasn't stopped. Very true. Thank you, Sophie. That is very true. Wow, so different back then. I've still to watch Going Clear. Heard so much by all you guys about it. Yeah, it's a really good one, because it's by professionals who, Lawrence Wright wrote the book Going Clear, The Prison of Belief. And then Aleister, I think it's Aleister Crowley. Am I saying that right? No, there's Aleister Crowley's the guy with Hubbard. So Alex Gibney, that's who it is. Alex Gibney made the documentary about him. Sorry about that. I knew there was a brain fart there. Anyway, Alex Gibney did the documentary, and it's fantastic. You can look at it on YouTube. Check. That's where I know. I don't know, but I think you can. All right, Perth. Okay, you are welcome. All right, and here's Perth again. I might make a sign saying, "Come chat to me." All right. I would say, "Come chat with me," not to me. All right. And Tori, the way you explain and speak to those still inside the bubble is so effective and heartfelt. Well, thank you. I'm trying. You know what I mean? It's all you can do is try. That's the thing. Nobody has all the magic bullets for cults. I mean, if we did, they'd all be out. And I always tell people that if I knew everything, I wouldn't be still here speaking. They'd be out. So, just start. That's the only thing. A lot of people don't start because they think, well, I'm not as good as that person. Nobody is. That's just the way it is. Just start and do it, and you'll be surprised. You'll really be surprised. Find something that you like, that you'd like to talk about, whether it's Scientology or something else, and I told my brother, I said, start a YouTube site on it. Honestly. I mean, you'll find other authors that are interested in your stuff, and, he really liked it. It was cool. So we'll see if he does. Anyway, I love you too, Perth. and I hope you love where you are. I wish I had a wee Tori Magoo on my shoulder when I'm lost for words to say, as you always put information across so well. Well, one thing you can say, and thank you for that. I appreciate you saying that, Joe. But I know what you mean. It's like you think, and I'm the same. Like I've done speeches back when Mark Bunker was just getting into all of this. And I gave a speech and I couldn't remember Paulette Cooper. Was she, she was one of the Guardian's office programs. And I couldn't remember the name of it. And Bunker, and I just said, look, I'm really sorry. I can't remember it. I said, Mark, do you remember it? And he did. He had it. So it's like not everyone has someone with them, but I know what you mean. And it's like the worst you can say is, you know what? I can't remember it right now, but I will get back to you. Why don't you give me your phone number actually? Because if I have your phone number, I can send you a text when I think of it. I'll remember it and I'll send it to you. And then you've got their phone number. So then you can stay in touch with them. You see what I mean? It's like you just have to keep it moving. All right. For those interested in learning more about L. Ron connections to Crowley, Doug Kramer did awesome work on this. Okay, good, because I am. So that's good. And we can find that on YouTube with Doug Kramer. I'd love to get Tori a ticket down here to New Zealand and Australia. Oh, I would love that too. That would be so fun. It's one of my dreams, really. All right, now question. I remember watching a guy from Europe, Norway, many years ago at a protest, big gentle guy. That's Andreas. You were there. Have you kept in touch with him? What's he up to? Well, knowing Andreas, he is doing wonderful things somewhere in the universe. He unfortunately passed away early this year, and it was a huge loss for all of us. I'm glad you got to see that video of him. He's an amazing spokesperson, isn't he? I mean, he talked to Joel Phillips for, I think, an hour. And at the end, Joel Phillips, he was a volunteer for OSA like me when I was in, and he shook his hand. He said, I'd like to shake your hand, because he's that kind and good. And he's an amazing person. He truly helped me a lot. Every time I think about him, I want to cry because I miss him. I really do. But anyway, I know he's somewhere doing good. I know Andreas, and he's somewhere doing good. All right, question. Do you have a bucket list? And he created Xenu.net, just so you know. Wait, let me just show you that. This is Andreas's site. This is his site. He created it. He's from Norway, and he came here to protest with us. But go to that site. There is a lot of information on that site. Okay, so that's him. Do I have a bucket list of things you want to try and do? If so, what are a few? Red finger red number one. Probably it used to be go back to Norway, but that's not going to happen now, because it's not that I don't want to go there, but I really wanted to go there to see Andreas. Probably New Zealand, Australia. I really want to go to those. And I want to go also. My brother he used to be in Spain, but now he's in Thailand, I think, on an island. And I'd like to go see him and my other brother who's in New Mexico. Those are, that's kind of it. I haven't really made a whole big long bucket list. I haven't. I'm not good at that. Crowley was in a secret society called the OTO, and his book that L. Ron apparently loved was called The Book of the Law. Okay. Thank you, Sophie. And can we find the information about Crowley? Does it under Doug Kramer or under like his YouTube site, or under his Facebook site or under his YouTube site? Okay. Wait, here's another one. And his motto was, do what thy will shall be the whole of the law. Okay. And his motto was, "Do what thy will shall be the whole of the law." Interesting. So he was the law. Okay, good. Fascinated by Crowley's granddaughter and your meeting in Hollywood. Please talk a bit about your conversation, please. We didn't really have a conversation. She just came up to me and said, "I'm Aleister Crowley's great granddaughter." And I was like, "Really?" But we were protesting. We were in the middle of it. People were honking. There was all kinds of shit going on with Scientology. So I didn't stop to really talk to her, even though I wish I had now, but I didn't at the time. But she just said, "I'm Aleister Crowley's great granddaughter." And I said, "Fantastic." And I said, "I hope we get to talk later." We never did. But maybe sometime she'll hear this and she can call me, because I'd like to talk to her. I really would. It would be really fun. I put a link to Doug's videos in the chat and we'll send it to you. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you so much for being so kind. You and Love It. You've been fantastic. Dazed but Not Confused was the name of Doug's channel. Okay, good. Thank you, because I wouldn't have known that. Good, 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 good. All right. Well, I think that's it, kids. It's a wrap. And thank you. I hope everybody liked it. And I think that's it. So I hope this helped to kind of heal this day, which has been kind of a wild day, and kind of put things on a better track. And everyone take a little bit of time to just, chill out and enjoy your life. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for answering. Wait, somebody said something. Thank you for answering my question, Tori. You are welcome. You are very welcome. And have a great night or day off. Thank you, Love It. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being so smart. And Sophie too. Both of you, they really kept me out of a fly trap. And I really appreciate it. Now wait. Have an amazing night, Tori. Have fun with your son. Thank you. I will. And you guys have a wonderful weekend. Really, celebrate the weekend. Do something fun. You know what I mean? Like, make it better. So it's not like, oh, we lost the encampment and now we're all bummed out and we hate everybody and we're unsubscribing everywhere. No, that's no. Go out, enjoy your life, have a good weekend, relax. Things will come together. I'll stay in touch with you guys, because even if I'm not protesting, I'm still going to stay in touch with you guys. That's just the way it is. I love you guys, period. All right. So there you go. And to any of the guys that come afterwards, please leave comments, because I love your comments the next day. And people think, oh, I missed you live, but you can leave comments all the time. I love that. It's my absolute pleasure to help you out. Oh, thank you, Sophie. It means a lot to me. It really does. You guys really, really are fantastic. So thank you. All right. Anyway, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll probably see you guys Sunday night. That's my guess. I'll probably do a video then. All right. Peace out. All right. Changes you made will not be saved. Now, what does that mean? What changes did I make? I'm going to say leave.